Hello, everyone. This is Salil, co-founder of AdNabu and creator of Vault, the backup app for Shopify. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to back up your products. Um, I'm just here in our interface. This is our backup app interface, and we have already installed this app for this particular test store, and we already have backup, right? But before all that, before I tell you more about how the app works and how you can do things, let's look at the topic today. We are going to talk about how to back up products. Why is it important, right? The thing is, although Shopify has good backup for their own software, they wouldn't give you backup of your data, and your data would be your customer data, your products data, any kind of changes that you make on product is permanent, right? It's you are never given an option to go back into the past and change things. I think it's very, very important for your own sake to have backup of data and how your store has changed over time. One of the most stores, right? The maximum amount of edits happen for products. I have seen a lot of store owners import CSVs, and if they're not careful, they can make a lot of changes on the store, which is not intentional and can completely, you know, have problems on your store. Um, okay, so let me talk about two ways of doing backups of products. You can either do it manually or using an automatic app like ours. There are other backup app solutions as well, but I'll be primarily focusing on our app, which is Vault. So let me tell you what are the advantages and disadvantages of using a manual way of doing things versus automatic, right? Um, if you're making backups manually, it doesn't cost you anything, right? Um, you create it whenever you want. You download it to your own system, and you don't pay anyone any amount of money. Typically, an app would cost you some amount of monthly recurring fees. You can find the pricing range, a lot of price range in Shopify for different backup apps. Uh, in the manual backups, there is a high likelihood that you actually miss some updates because you only back up maybe once a week or once a month, right? And you might be making hundreds of changes in between these backups, and all of these changes will be lost if you are not using a automatic way of backing up your store. We actually track every single change, so unlike a lot of our competitors who do a daily download of data, every time a product is changed, we try to track that change and store it at our end. I'll show you a brief demo of that as well. Another thing is that you have to remember to do backups, right? And although it is easy to tell everyone that every week you should do a backup, a lot of times people miss it, right? Life happens. There are other things to take care of, and you will forget to do manual backups. But on the other hand, an app is always there for you, right? You don't have to worry about remembering to backup things because it will be done automatically. The last but not least is that if you're doing manual backups, you have to store the data somewhere, and most of the time it is on your system, which is not as reliable as you know, right? Your hard disk can get corrupted. Also, if you lose the laptop, you don't have that backup anymore, unless you again upload it to some other servers, which would again cost you money. On the other hand, automatic backup apps usually have cloud storage. They will have inbuilt reliability for that data. We have multiple backups of the data so that in case of a disaster, we can always recover your data as well. So this is the main differences between manual backups and automatic backups. Let me not spend any more time. Let me do show you how to take a backup of products. I'll click on export and I'll click on all products. So I usually prefer the first option, but you can do this the second option as well. Just that while importing, you should remember which option that you have selected. So this CSV file will be sent to my email ID, and I'll be able to download it after clicking on it. Um, Now assume that I have already taken the backup. Now let me make some changes that is not desirable, right? So let's see. Uh, let's assume that this particular product, it's actually it was priced at zero, which is not the right thing. Let's assume that someone by mistake may increase the price to 100. Um, Okay. Now you want to go back, but you don't know what all things have changed, right? You just know that something has changed, but you don't know what has changed. That's when an app like ours will help you. You can already see, I think, the change here. I'll click on source. Okay, not this. Okay, here it is. Actually, I'm sorry, the price change is right here. The earlier version of the product was this, which is the backup, and you can see what has changed as well. The price changed from 0 to 100, and that's the only change. The rest of the changes are updated at parameters, which you can safely ignore, right? If I restore this version, what will happen is that the price will go back to being zero, right? So this is one advantage of our app. You can quickly see what all changed, what's the history of a particular product, and then restore the product to a previous version. So I'll just click on just restore selected version, and I'll go back, reload the page, and see that yeah, the price has changed from 100 to $0 again. Um, So yeah, this is how our app works. The earlier demo for manual backups was pretty straightforward, I'm assuming. You just need to constantly download that data, right? You don't forget to download that data because it's usually stored for a fixed amount of time, and after that, the data is deleted from Shopify servers as well. So once you get that email, download it and store it in certain folder of yours. If possible, have a backup in some kind of a cloud storage, just like Google Drive or Dropbox or any other parties. But if you don't want to get into all of that hassle, you can just use an app like ours, which will automatically track all the changes for you. Like any change that you do, it will be tracked instantly, and you can go back in time for restoring the changes to product. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, please let us know. Please subscribe to our channel as well. We will be releasing a lot more videos which are relevant for Shopify store owners. So keep subscribed, and look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you.